I'm trying to platinum games from A to Z, but there are a few rules. First, no cop-out game. I'm not doing some random clicker game with a platinum you can get in 2 hours. Second, it has to be a game I've never fully played before, so this series gives me a chance to finally experience a game I've always wanted to try, or finish games I started but never completed. And finally, after every video, you guys decide the next game. So I'll post a poll for the next letter, and whoever wins, that's the platinum I go for. So since this is the start of the series, we're beginning with the letter A, and the game I chose is Alan Wake, a game I've heard people praise for years, but I never really got around to playing it myself. So let's get to platinum by getting the first trophy, Follow the Light, which is to get enlightened by a dream. During chapter 1, you'll enter a nightmare sequence. As you progress through the dream, you'll eventually come across a mysterious light. After interacting with it and the dialogue finishes, the trophy will pop. Okay, let's go there then. Follow the light. You were enlightened by a dream. Okay, that's first trophy, ladies and gentlemen. The next trophy, Let There Be Light. You have restored power. When you arrive at the cabin, your objective is to restore the power. Head over to the nearby shed and complete the shore generator minigame to bring the electricity back to the cabin. Once the power is restored, the trophy will unlock automatically. There's also a missable trophy here in this chapter called Drink 'Em Both Up, which requires to use a jukebox in a diner twice. Once during your encounter with the old man in chapter 1, and again later in chapter 5 when passing through the city. So unfortunately, I missed it, so I have to come back for it later. Oh, Let There Be Light. You have restored power. Nice. That's a trophy. The next trophy, Nordic Walking, which I don't even know how to say this, but unlike Stucky, you enjoy incontestable health benefits, namely, you're not dead. After completing the cabin sequence, you wake up after a car crash deep in the forest. Your objective is to now make your way towards the gas station. Along the way, you reach a logging yard where you encounter the first major boss of the game, a boss Taken. Taken are people that are consumed by the dark presence, but this one is much stronger than standard enemies with more health and the ability to disappear and reappear around the area. Normally, you weaken Taken by shedding light on them with your flashlight to burn away the darkness before finishing him off with your gun. This boss works the same way, but you'll need to keep tracking him every time he disappears and shed light on him when he reappears, and slowly strip away his darkness. And once it's gone, finish him off with your gun. After defeating the boss, the trophy unlocks. Nice! Nordic Walking. Unlike stuff you enjoy incontestable health benefits, namely, you're not dead. Back. The next trophy, Bright Falls Finest, you finally managed to make that phone call. After defeating the Taken boss, you continue to make your way to the gas station. Once you arrive, you'll finally be able to contact the police and make the phone call you've been trying to make throughout the chapter. After the call and the remaining story events play out, chapter 1 will come to an end and the trophy will pop. Bright Falls Finest. You finally managed to make that phone call. Nice. The next trophy, Under a Thick Layer, which is to disobey the park ranger's instruction. After reaching the ranger's cabin, Alan and his best friend and manager, Barry, decide to stay there until nightfall. Once it gets dark, Alan decides to head over to the ranger's office only to find him badly injured. Trying to help, Alan heads out to restore the power, but it turns out a Taken has destroyed the circuit breaker. Before he can do anything about it, he hears a scream coming from the office. When Alan rushes back, the ranger is gone. As we make our way around the back of the building, we discover that the darkness has taken control of the ranger, turning him into another Taken boss. Fortunately, this fight works the same way as the previous boss encounter. Keep your flashlight focused on him to burn away the darkness, then unload your gun on him once he's vulnerable. After defeating the possessed ranger, the trophy pops. Nice! Under a thin layer of skin, you disobey the park ranger's instructions. Nice, man. I kind of feel bad, bro. The next trophy, Float Like a Butterfly, which is to avoid getting hit with style. This is one of the easiest trophies in this game. All you need to do is perform a perfect dodge against the Taken. When an enemy is about to strike, dodge at the last possible second. If timed correctly, the game will trigger a slow motion effect, showing that you successfully pulled off a perfect dodge. Do it once, and the trophy's yours. Oh! Float like a butterfly. You avoided getting hit with style. Nice. The next trophy, Paging Mr. Wake, which is to discover 25 manuscripts pages. But this was the first collectible related trophy I earned. Throughout the game, you'll find manuscripts pages scattered all over Bright Falls. These pages aren't just collectibles either though. They actually give you glimpses of future events and also tells you small details about other characters, which makes finding them pretty interesting. There are 106 manuscript pages in total, but here's the catch though. 15 of them can only be collected in Nightmare mode. So while getting 25 pages wasn't too difficult, it was a reminder that the collectible grind was going to be a lot longer than I originally thought. Not only would I have to beat the game once, but also have to tackle Nightmare mode later to collect every single manuscript page, which would be a very painful grind. Paging Mr. Wake, you have discovered 25 manuscript pages. Nice! We got a trophy, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the next trophy, you survive Elderwood National Park. After defeating the ranger, you follow the path towards Lover's Peak. When you reach the cable car, it'll suddenly break down, leaving you stranded. But a mysterious man shows up and saves you just in time. As you continue towards Lover's Peak, you fend off a group of Taken along the way. After dealing with them, the truth is revealed. He's actually the kidnapper you've been searching for all along. During the confrontation, the darkness erupts and destroys Lover's Peak, sending you crashing down the mountain. When you regain consciousness, you make your way back to the cabin, but you're not safe just yet. Before you can even go inside, you're forced to fight off a swarm of corrupted birds. After taking them down, you finally enter the cabin, bringing the chapter to a close, and the trophy pops. Park Ranger, you survive Elderwood National Park. Nice. The next trophy, Sound and Fury, which is to blast 4 Taken into ashes with a single flashbang. For this trophy, you need to get at least 4 Taken grouped together while they're approaching you. Once they're close enough, throw a flashbang so it hits all of them at the same time, killing all 4 in one explosion. Oh! Sound and Fury, you blasted 4 Taken into ashes with a single flashbang. Oh, let's go. I didn't think I was going to be able to get that, but let's go. The next trophy, Damn Good Cup of Tea, which is to find 25 coffee thermoses. This is one of the collectible trophies in the game. There are 100 coffee thermoses in total, scattered throughout the levels, so this is going to be a crazy grind. Damn Good Cup of Coffee. You have found 25 coffee thermoses. Nice. The next trophy, Heavy Metal, which is to destroy the bulldozer. In episode 3, you'll come across a large yard where a bulldozer has been taken over by the darkness. To defeat it, you'll need to slowly chip away at its health using your flashlight, breaking it through the darkness layer by layer. Be careful though. It hits hard and deals massive damage. Pause. Why did that was hard. I did hard way too close. Okay, whatever. Nice. Heavy Metal. You destroyed the bulldozer. Nice! Now, the next trophy, they're here. You have destroyed 20 poltergeist objects. Poltergeist objects are objects that have been taken over by the darkness, causing them to be launched at you and do insane damage. To deal with them, simply use your flashlight to burn away the darkness and destroy them. And once you've taken out 20 of these corrupted objects, the trophy will pop. They're here. You have destroyed 20 poltergeist objects. Nice! The next trophy, the 6-gun scribe, you capped 100 Taken with a revolver. You just gotta kill 100 Takens with your gun, or revolver. The 6-gun scribe, you capped 100 Taken with the revolver. Nice. The next trophy, Energize, you change batteries 100 times. Basically, in your flashlight, every time it goes out, you have to switch batteries. And so when you do it 100 times, you get the trophy. Hold on, guys. Alright, Energize. You change batteries 100 times. Wow, already? The next trophy, Iron Horse, you made the train engine run out of steam. In a small village section, you'll fight against 2 very powerful poltergeist objects, a boiler and a cap. Use your flashlight to burn away the darkness and weaken each object while avoiding their attacks. Once you defeat both of them, the trophy pops. Iron House, you made the train engine run out of steam. Iron Horse. Let's go. The next trophy, Wheels Within Wheels, you found the kidnapper, but what he had to say wasn't what you wanted to hear. After escaping the FBI, you head to the meeting location the kidnapper set up, only to find out he never shows up. Instead, he directs you to another location, the Cauldron Lake Lookout. This section can take a while to complete, and there's also a missable trophy here called Meet the Deadline, which requires finishing the level in under 30 minutes. I didn't get it on my first try, unfortunately, so I'll have to come back for it later. So once you reach the lookout, the trophy pops. Wow, that was like almost like 2 or 3 hours. Wheels Within Wheels. You found the kidnapper, but what he had to say wasn't what you wanted to hear. Nice. The next trophy, Boob Tube. Crazy name. You checked out some important messages. To unlock this trophy, you need to find a specific TV in episode 4. This is one of the missable trophies in the game. When you interact with the TV and it starts playing the broadcast, the trophy will pop. Wait, pick a manuscript. Wait, Boob Tube. You checked some important messages. Oh! Wasn't that the missable trophy? That was the missable trophy. That was really the missable trophy. Oh, wow. I didn't even mean to get that. The next trophy, Back, I say, you bought yourself some breathing time with a flare. To unlock this trophy, you need to get your health down to a low point during combat. Once you're in danger and surrounded by Taken, use a flare to push them back and create space between you and the enemies. When the flare forces them to retreat, the trophy will unlock. Oh, I got a trophy. Back, I say, you bought yourself some breathing time with a flare. Nice. The next trophy, Collateral Carnage, which is to kill 20 Taken by having them drowned, electrocuted, or dispatched by some other means. Collateral carnage. Take 20 taken have been drowned, electrocuted, or dispatched by some other indirect means. Let's go. That's a trophy. The next trophy, missed by a mile. You managed a slow motion dodge 20 times. The next trophy, perchance to dream. Oh, so that's what happened. In this chapter, you uncover the truth about how an entire week passed and what really happened with Alice's kidnapping. There are also 2 missable trophies here. The first one being medical opinions, which requires listening to Dr. Hardman's recordings, and child of the elder god, which requires completing the stage section without dropping to low health or dying. I unfortunately missed both of these, so I'll have to come back for them later. I know there's so many missable trophies in this game. It's insane. Perchance to dream. Oh, so that's what happened. Yeah, that's what happened. Now we get 4 trophies in a row. First one being thunder and lightning, which is to taking out 50 takens with your flashbangs. Oh, thunder and lightning. 50 taken have felt your fear, also your flashbangs. Nice. The second trophy, taken season, which is to drop 50 taken with the hunting rifle. Taken season, you have dropped 50 taken with the hunting rifle. Nice. It's not just a typewriter, 40, Dvorak, 50 taken, no, it's either. Basically meaning you killed 50 takens with a shotgun. Let's go! It's not just a typewriter brand. QWERTY, Dvorak, 50 taken, no, it's neither. Oh, okay. I think that's for the shotgun. And finally, 2 for the price of 1, which is to take out 2 taken with a single bullet. 2 for the price of 1. You took out 2 taken with a single barrel. Nice. Now, the next trophy, Gatekeeper. Truly, you're the master of floodgates. After meeting Cynthia, the Lady of the Light, you're tasked with turning off power. To do that, you head across the area to the generator and shut it down. Once the power is turned off, the trophy pops. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Gatekeeper. Truly, you're the master of floodgates. Nice. The next trophy, the Lady of the Light. Cynthia Weaver has taken you to the well-lit room. You wake up in a jail cell after a confrontation with the FBI, who gets taken by the darkness. You're then forced to restore power to the station. Once the power is back on, you head out to retrieve the helicopter keys so you can meet up with Cynthia Weaver, the Lady of the Light. After getting the keys, you make your way to the helicopter and defend it until it's ready to take off. There's a missable trophy around this section, an idyllic small town, which requires completing the entire sequence without dying. I didn't manage to get it here, so I'll have to come back for it later. Once the helicopter is ready, you fly out and land in a nearby yard. From there, you continue on foot to Cynthia Weaver. After meeting her and shutting off the power, you find out the helicopter has crashed. So you decide to go back and seek Barry and the sheriff. After regrouping with them, you make your way to an elevator and defend yourself until it arrives. Once inside, you enter the well-lit room and obtain the clicker, an item capable of defeating the dark presence. After the cutscene ends, the trophy unlocked. The Lady of the Light. Cynthia Weaver has taken you to the well-lit room. Nice. The next trophy, Couch Potato. You have watched every single TV show on offer. This is another collectible trophy that requires you to find and interact with all TVs playing the Night Spring show. Fun fact though, the show is actually written by you. So once you've watched all of the broadcasts across the game, the trophy will unlock. Couch Potato. You have watched every single TV show on offer. Oh wow! Oh wow! I got the trophy. I didn't even. Okay, nice. The trophy, Finders Keepers. You have discovered 5 hidden chests. Hidden chests are scattered throughout the game. Once you find them, they provide useful supplies like flare gun ammo and, of course, a flare gun, which are extremely helpful when fighting Takens. Oh, Finders Keepers. You have discovered 5 of the hidden chests. Nice. The next trophy, Gunless Wonder. You managed to make it all the way from the dam to Cauldron Lake without firing a single bullet. This one was pretty tough at first because I didn't realize you could actually use a car the entire way through. So unfortunately I did it on foot, which made the whole section way harder than it needed to be. Later on, when I was cleaning up the collectibles, I redid it using the car and it became a lot easier. In the moment though, this was definitely one of the more frustrating trophies to get. Gunless Wonder! You managed to make it all the way from the dam to Cauldron Lake without firing a single bullet. Thank you, now we can fire bullets! Bullets! Next trophy, Tornado Wrangler. You calm the fury of the storm. During the final confrontation with the Dark Presence, you'll face a massive tornado. First, you need to destroy the surrounding poltergeist objects to weaken it. Then use your flare gun to land shots on the Dark Presence himself. Tornado Wrangler. You calm the fury of the storm. That's another trophy, ladies and gentlemen. The trophy, Departure. You completed the game on easy mode. After enough damage, a cutscene plays where the Dark Presence is defeated. However, a sacrifice is required. So, unfortunately, our boy, Alan, switches places with his wife, Alice, and remains trapped in the darkness forever. Once the cutscene ends, the trophy unlocked. Departure. You completed the game on easy mode. The next trophy we get is white light through yonder window. It is the east and the flare gun is the sun to 50 taken. Basically, you just kill 50 takens with a flare gun. Let's go! White light through yonder window. It is the east and the flare gun is the sun to 15 taken. Nice. The next trophy, KBF FM. You haven't missed a single radio show. There are multiple radios scattered throughout each level. When you interact with one, it counts towards the trophy. Once you've activated every radio show in the game, the trophy unlocks. KBF FM. You haven't missed a single radio show. Nice! That's a trophy, ladies and gentlemen. The trophy, meet the deadline. You made it all the way to the Cauldron Lake Lookout in under 30 minutes. This is one of the missable trophies, and I missed it on my first attempt because I died and couldn't finish the run in time. To get it, you need to complete the second meetup section of the chapter within 30 minutes. Since it's a long level, the best strategy is to skip as many fights as possible, using flares and sprinting past enemies whenever you can. When I redid it, I focused on rushing through instead of fighting, which made it much easier, and I fortunately was able to get it. Oh! Oh, I thought I legit was about to say, I'm like, oh, I don't think I made the time. Let's go! You made it all the way to the Cauldron Lake Lookout in under 30 minutes. I don't even know how long it was. Actually, I don't know how long was it? I should record it, but yeah, let's go! Let's go, man! Finally! The next trophy, medical opinions, you listen to Hartman's recordings. After getting the keys to Dr. Hartman's office, you can access his audio tape. These recordings reveal conversations between Alice and Hartman about Alice and his condition, as Hartman tries to help Alan deal with his creative block. Once you listen to the required recordings, the trophy unlocks. And the final one, medical opinions, you listen to Hartman's recordings. Nice! That's a trophy. The next trophy, right of way, you have peeled 50 taken off your bumper. You just kill 15 taken with a car. Alright, right of way, you have peeled 15 taken off your bumper. Nice, that's a trophy, ladies and gentlemen. The next trophy, Child of the Elder God. You shine a light upon this night of otherworldly fiends. Once you're on stage, and you have to fend off waves of taken while avoiding getting too low on health or even dying. There isn't a ton of strategy here. You mainly need to manage space, use your flares and flashbangs effectively, and keep the taken from getting onto the stage where they can overwhelm you. So once you fend them off, you get the trophy. Yes! Child of the Elder God, you shone a light upon this night of otherworldly fiends. Yes, sir! We got that trophy, ladies and gentlemen. The next trophy, if it flies, it burns. Not a bird level, are you? You have to kill 1,000 birds for this trophy. What? At first, it sounds like a huge grind, but in practice, it comes naturally over the course of the game. You end up killing a lot of them during encounters anyway, so the count builds up faster than you'd expect. It's one of those trophies that feels intimidating on paper, but you'll likely unlock it without even focusing on it too much. Let's go! If it flies, it burns. Not a bird lover, are you? No, I'm not! The next trophy, drink them both up. You drank them both up. To unlock this trophy, you need to use the jukebox twice in the diner. The first time is in chapter 1 when the old one asks you to play it during your conversation. The second time is later in chapter 5 when you return to the diner while heading towards the helicopter keys. Once you activate the jukebox for the second time, the trophy pops. Drink them both up. You drank them bought up. Nice. We got that trophy, ladies and gentlemen. That's one trophy. We still got 2 more. The trophy in Idyllic Small Town. You fought your way through the streets of Bright Falls without getting killed. The moment you escape the jail cell, you must survive all the way through until you reach the helicopter and land in the yard without dying. It wasn't too bad overall. There were a few close calls along the way. So once you make it through the entire sequence without dying, the trophy pops. Yes! An Idyllic Small Town. Yes! You fought your way through the streets of Bright Falls without getting killed. Nice! Now we got one more trophy and we're done. The next trophy, Carney, you have heartlessly knocked over 5 defenseless can pyramids. Across the game, you'll find can pyramids placed in various areas. To unlock this trophy, you simply need to knock down a total of 5 of them by shooting at them. They're easy to miss if you're rushing through levels, but once you've destroyed 5 can pyramids, the trophy will pop. Oh, Carney! You have heartlessly knocked over 5 defenseless can pyramids. Nice! The next trophy, Come One, Come All. You wiped out 4 taken with a single flare. During the crash sequence, there's a moment where multiple taken spawn at once. Wait until at least 4 of them group up together, then fire your flare gun. If timed correctly, the flare will take them all out in one shot, and the trophy will unlock automatically. Yes! Come One, Come All. You wiped out 4 taken with a single flare. Nice. The trophy Bright Falls Aficionado.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Oh my god, I definitely butchered that. You have examined every sign and point of interest in the Bright Falls area. Pop! Bright Falls Aficionado. You have examined every sign and point of interest in the Bright Falls area. The next trophy picking up after yourself, you have found every manuscript page in normal mode. Like I mentioned earlier, we still need to collect the remaining manuscript pages in nightmare mode. So that's something we'll be going for later. Oh, picking up after yourself. Oh, I didn't even know I was gonna get this trophy. You have found every manuscript in normal mode. Nice. I didn't think, wait, what? I thought I got that one. Okay, fair enough. I thought I got that one. The next 3 trophies are all collectible trophies, so I'm gonna quickly skip past them. Every nook and cranny, you have discovered all of the hidden chests. Every nook and cranny, you have discovered all of the hidden chests. Hyper caffeinated, you have discovered every thermos of coffee. And finally, the final one. Give me the trophy. Hold on. Give me the trophy. Hyper caffeinated. You have discovered every thermos of coffee. Finally. And finally, collector's edition. You have found every manuscript in the page. But collector's edition. You have found every manuscript page in the game. Nice. Finally, that took way too long. Nightmare mode is actually really hard. I don't know why people tell me. People are saying like, oh, this nightmare mode is really easy. It's not. It actually is. Maybe I'm trash, but still. And finally, we get back-to-back trophies. The first one being Alan Wake Up, which is to complete the game on nightmare difficulty. And finally, Hard Boiled Rider, which is to complete the game on normal difficulty. And with that, we get the platinum. Yes, sir! Alan Wake Up. You completed the game on nightmare difficulty and Hard Boiled Rider. You completed the game on normal difficulty. Finally. And give me that platinum trophy. Platinum! Unlocked when all trophies collected. Thank God. Finally. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Peace.